You guys have seen the footage before. We've used blanks. We've used airsoft pistols, but the blanks do cause a little bit of a mess within this scenario that we're working. It's also distracting if, like right now, there are people preparing for Easter downstairs. I'm going to close off the portion right now, so nobody really knows I'm up here. But I could train with 6, 7, 10, 20 people up here practicing entries while people prepare for Easter. And nobody even knows. One of the things that most Christian warriors do is they prepare for the day that evil comes into the children's sanctuary where the children are learning about Christ and they try to murder them. That is the worst case scenario for everybody. And that's something that we try to train you on here at Christian Warrior. But what if there was a new tool? This is the new Mantis Titan. Got the same pattern as a Glock 19 and they come in different firearms. So you can pick the one that works best for you. I have a Glock 19, so I chose the Glock 19. But it's a dry fire simulator that emits a laser. So the nice thing about this is I was able to attach my Trijicon, I was able to attach a Surefire light, and I'm able to put it in the holster that I normally carry. So it's patterned similarly after the gun that I carry every day. It's not exactly the same, but close enough, right? So that dry fire trainer, which I'm going to show you how it works as a dry fire trainer, but I'm also going to show you how it works as a great tool to practice in case one day somebody comes to try and murder your children. What I've found is, yes, I can do dry fire training and I can see how well it works and make sure my trigger press is great. And one of the other things that they did too is you can put aftermarket trigger on there. So I have an Apex trigger on my Glock. I don't have an extra one to put in here. So Apex, if you're watching and you want to throw me an extra one, I'd appreciate it. I can throw it in here and we can, I'll give you a shout out. You got great, I'm giving you a shout out anyways because you got great stuff. But look, one of the things that works well too is now I can practice an entry into these rooms. I can do it with multiple people that have the similar firearms trainer as me. And we can all have a day where we just practice for an event that happens here or in the sanctuary or anywhere else. Now on my team, you guys have seen the footage before. We've used blanks. We've used airsoft pistols, but the blanks do cause a little bit of a mess within this scenario that we're working. It's also distracting if, like right now, there are people preparing for Easter downstairs. I'm going to close off the portion right now, so nobody really knows I'm up here. But I could train with 6, 7, 10, 20 people up here practicing entries while people prepare for Easter. And nobody even knows. And I'm doing it in a very safe way because I'm using a firearm that's a laser trainer. So let me show you. Let's go into a room, let's do a room entry, and let me show you what I'm talking about. So let's say that we're standing here on post in the children's section, monitoring everything, and all of a sudden, we hear gunfire come from this room right here. One of the greatest training tools is that we can tell people that are preparing for this, we can put off simulated gunfire, and we can tell them the suspect is the white target. So what you're doing is they're working on target. Well, let's go over it first. So they're told that it's the white target and the brown targets are the children. So they've got to search out, look for the white target and engage the right one. All right, so simulated gunfire goes off. Church security, church security, church security. And then you can see, hopefully you saw that, my placement of the rounds as I come in. If somebody accidentally shoots the wrong one, we can see that. But what I've got is I've got the actual trigger pull using the sight I normally use with a flashlight I normally use as well on my holster. And here's the other good thing is I can do mag changes. I'll simulate that later. But they have magazines that are weighted that you can drop and do a mag change and practice. So this is one of the things that I really enjoy about the Mantis Titan. I think this is going to change training for church security teams exponentially. I can't remember the price point. I remember at SHOT Show when I talked to Elise over at Mantis, she told me, I want to say it was around like $299, $199. It was like a really cheap price. I don't think it was as expensive as $299. It was definitely within a good price point, but I like that you can just go bare bones. You can not have any of this stuff on it. But this is my trainer now, and so I'm going to keep it outfitted like normal. And on days like today, I can come into this empty room and I can practice shooting at targets and do my regular trigger pull. It's phenomenal. All right, one of the really cool things about the Mantis training system is I can come into a vacant room like this. I know that the children aren't here today, so I can set up a practice target for a shooter that's having problems, but we don't have time to go to the range, but I want to spend an extra 20, 30 minutes with them. I can go ahead and put up one of these mini Mantis targets. To give you an idea of what kind of targets we have hostage targets. We have regular silhouette targets. We have a qualification target. We have everything under the sun that we can practice with based on a shooter's ability. So with my iPhone, I can track, or your Google phone, you can track hits on that target so you can analyze trigger pull, sight alignment, you name it. You can bring them in here and start working out those problems. Okay, so I'm in the Mantis target system right now. I'm just going to pick open shooting. So I'm going to calibrate the trainer to the phone. I'm going to make sure that they're linked together. I'm going to adjust it here because you can see that it's not on there. Red is telling me that it's not detecting it properly. So what we can do is we can shut down some lights to reduce that redness. That redness tells me that it's not going to register hits. So it won't register hits, so if you reduce the light, now we pick it up. We're going to go ahead and put that in the center. And then you can see that we can line it up.
1.
And check that out. How cool is that? I can sit here. It even gives that sound, right, of a round coming out. So we can do a pack timer, beep.
1, 1, 1, 1.
And you can fire multiple times. You can just keep practicing over and over.
1.
And just keep practicing. You can move back. I can move back farther. Do the same thing.
1.
And I could actually just keep doing this. I'm going to evaluate. All right, now I'm going to go look, see how I did. I don't know where that came from. So I can look. You can see I have it set at 3 yards. I can move it and move back to 5 yards. I can delete it all again. I can clear it. Now I'm going to start over. I am going to go about 5 yards away, which is right about here. And we can go ahead and do it again. Beep.
1.
And I can see I got a bullseye. I can take my time, right? I can do the 50-shot drill. Remember I told you one of the drills for the paid subscribers, I did some really cool drills for you. One of them is the 50-shot drill. So I can take my time, practice everything perfectly.
1.
And then reholster. And you can see on the screen recording, you can keep track of how you're doing.
1.
And I can try to make one hole. And I've done the 50-shot drill.
1.
I've done the 50-shot drill with this Mantis Titan. And by the amount of money I save from ammunition, I've paid for it itself. And I get to do the 50-shot drill every single day and just practice.
1.
Where else do I get to do that, right? I can do a bill drill, right? Bill drill is fire 6 rounds as fast as you can, as accurately as you can, but you're not going to have a perfect grip. You're not going to have a perfect stance, a perfect sight alignment. It's going to be messy. So let me clear this real quick. Okay, we got a clear screen. We're going to have our little timer, which I always forget my timer. I didn't think I was going to need it today, and then I thought of this. And somebody made the comment, do you really own a timer? I do. I own a great timer, a pack timer, and I never bring it with me for whatever reason. You would think I'd remember. All right. So beep.
1. 1. 1. 1. 1.
So it's not registering as fast as I'm pulling the trigger. That's kind of unfortunate, but let's try it again.
1. 1. 1. 1. 1.
It did that time. It got almost all the rounds that I was firing. Now the old system, you had to use your real pistol. So here's my real Glock 19. You can see the difference here between the two, okay? My real Glock 19 down here, my everyday carry, versus my trainer setup. And you would have to put a laser cartridge inside your real gun. And so like here I am at church and somebody just happens to walk by and I've got the real thing. I've got a racket and then
1,
but now it doesn't, trigger doesn't reset. Now I've got to recock it again
1,
and do that again. Now, I got to tell you, let me turn the lights back on so you can see me. All right, so let's come to the table and let's look at my Glock 19 everyday carry versus the Mantis. Let's talk about feel. When I pick this up, it feels like my Glock 19 that I carry every day. The slide, the fit, the finish, everything. This does feel not like my Glock 19. I mean, the circumference of it, but the weight is off. You've got this magazine right here that is a fake magazine. It doesn't do anything. It's not a battery pack. It's just a weight, kind of adds extra weight to this. But it does feel different. You can see the difference between the two when you line them up. Besides the optic and the flashlight being a little bit different, it just, the weight, the everything, it feels different. But here's the deal. As a trainer, being able to do the bill drill, the 50-shot drill, hostage shots, you name it, here in this room right now for the next 20 minutes before we go to work, phenomenal. Now, my recommendation to you, I would not bring any live firearms upstairs with you. So I've secured my live firearms that are loaded in my truck. They're going to stay there. I'm coming up here to train, and I let everybody in the building know that I'm training here. I have a sign out front that says, don't enter security team training in progress, so people know what I'm doing. I did a lot of safeguards so some concealed carrier doesn't pop me when I'm in here training. But just think about the opportunities that you have. The laser training, right? You know, being able to just practice over and over again. You're gonna pay like, I can't remember, I don't wanna say how much it was. I shot show, I remember 199 sticks in my head, but I don't know. You'll find out today. It's getting released today. When you see this, I'm actually gonna be in New Zealand. I'm gonna be on vacation. I'm teaching a class there at a conference, and I'm taking 2 weeks off to go chill on the beach and just go look at the ocean. So I won't be around to answer a lot of questions, but you'll be able to click a link. You can click the link in the comments in the description. You'll be able to purchase this and have it get shipped to you. My recommendation, it is a buy. Now, I'm gonna let you know that Mantis did give this to me, but I asked for it. I told them that I loved it. I thought that you guys at Christian Warrior Training would like it. Elise over at Mantis was awesome. She loves the mission of Christian Warrior, and she wants to help you guys. I don't have a discount code. I'm sorry. I'm not that big of a channel, apparently. So if you go there, though, click on the link. The only thing that's going to happen, it's an affiliate link. I'll get a little bit of money for it. Nothing that really makes it worth it for the most part. You can hit it. You cannot. I just want to make sure there's full disclosure. I am going to purchase 5 of these. I'm going to purchase 5 of these for my team, for training, to run people through, to practice, to have them train. So I'm hoping the affiliate money that I get from this, that I can purchase those 5 pistols so that I can help train my team. So I would recommend, if you guys have a rich person on your team, if you're that rich person, purchase 5 or 6 so that way you guys can up your training a little bit. This is phenomenal. I really love it. When you leave here, I want you to pray unceasingly for the safety of our churches, for our safety team members, our pastors. We just recently had a church security team lead murdered as he was protecting children at his church. I want you to pray for all of us for staying in harm's way. I want you do me a favor. Can you do a little prayer for me for travel? A little travel mercy as I'm flying around the world. It does make me a little nervous. It'll be nice sitting on the beach, but traveling's still stressful. So a little prayer, I'd appreciate it. And then I want you to remember your ABCs. Always be carrying and always be practicing.